Good evening. In the middle of a war, on the eve of peace talks, and as a U.S. spacecraft hurtles toward Earth, First Lady Melania Trump stepped up to a bank of cameras inside the White House today to address Jeffrey Epstein, a topic that may surprise you because it certainly surprised us. The First Lady rarely addresses the public, and today's address came without a typical heads up from the White House on the topic or the purpose. Jeffrey Epstein's crimes, of course, have dominated so much of the news this year, but had fallen out of the headlines. So why is Melania Trump putting it back into the national conversation? CBS News political correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns joins us now with what the First Lady wanted us all to hear. Caitlin, good evening.
Good evening, Tony. Well, this really came out of left field, and it's not clear exactly what prompted this. Melania Trump tends to shy away from the spotlight, and she's never been a focal point of the Epstein files.
Welcome back. Today we're talking about a major legal case involving Melania Trump and Donald Trump and Eugene Carroll. This video claimed that a judge ordered the seizure of Melania Trump's assets after the court decided that some properties were transferred to her in order to protect them from legal judgment against Donald Trump. Beginning, I mentioned that Melania Trump suddenly spoke publicly about the Jeffrey Epstein case, which surprised many people because she usually avoids media attentions. After that, the main focus shifted to the legal battle involving money and property. And Judge Lewis Kaplan permanently approved the seizure about $23.8 billion worth of assets connected to Melania Trump. According to the video, the court believed that some assets were transferred from Donald Trump to Melania after legal appeals failed, and the judge considered these transfers are an attempt to avoid paying court judgments. And we explained that Melania lawyers tried several emergency legal measures to stop the seizures, but all them were rejected. Then the judge reportedly gave permission for the assets to be sold quickly through actions. And also this case could create a legal precedent, meaning future courts may use same responding in order to case where people transfer assets to family members after losing lawsuits. Another important part of this video that is claimed the investigation may expand toward other Trump family members, including Eric Trump, Donald Trump, and Jr. and Ivanka Trump. Courts are now moving aggressively against assets transferred within families, and the judge believes material property cannot be used to protect money from legal enforcement after a court judgment. And thus we showed that this case is not only about one property but about a bigger legal battle involving family assets, court enforcement, and constitutional appeals. One more thing I tell you, that while the Epstein story had slowly faded from headlines in recent weeks, Today remarked suddenly pushed the issue back into national discussion. Political analysis and reports were left wondering why this topic being revised now and what message the White House was trying to send. But the focus quickly shifted toward the much larger legal battle involving Donald Trump, Melania Trump, and court enforcement tried to Eugene Carroll judgment case. According to newly discussed court filings, Judge Lewis Kaplan approved major enforcement actions involving assets connected to the Melania Trump. Reports claim that nearly 22.8 million his property and financial holding were targeted. Their investigators examined transfer made during Donald Trump's appeal process. The court reportedly concluded that several transfers were made after legal setback and may have been intended to protect assets from collection efforts. Because of this, emergency seizure orders were issued. The legal sentence through additional ruling over the following days. Melania Trump's legal terms attempted multiple emergency mentions to block the enforcement process, urging that material property protections should apply. However, the judge rejected those agreements and allowed the enforcement action to continue. But the third day of proceedings, the situation escalated further when the court authorized liquidation steps, allowing certain assets to move toward acquisitions and sale. For now, the case has become one of the most closely watched legal and political stories in the country, combining courtroom drama, financial investigations, constitutional agreements, and growing public attentions around the Trump family. I hope so you understand what I'm talking about in this video. Please like this video and help for growing our daily news channel. Subscribe our daily news channel. Thanks for watching.